What is often the first thing you ask somebody when you meet them? Normally you ask them what their name is. We all have names, and something comes to mind when we hear the name of somebody that we recognize. For example, if I said Tez, you'd have a thought associated with that name. Names are a very important part of our day-to-day activities. God gave the first man on earth a name. He named him Adam, and his wife Eve. However, it's not only humans that have names. For example, we have a pet at home, and we do not just call her D-O-G. We have a name for her, and her name is Montana. Have you ever looked up at the stars at night? Can you imagine every single one of those stars having a name? Let's look at Psalms 147:4. Psalms 147:4 reads, "He counts the number of stars, he calls them all by name." So if God gave the first humans names, pets have names, and as we just read in Psalms, God has the ability to call each star by their own name. Names not only help us to identify people and things, but it also helps us to be more familiar with the person. Let's think about how different it is when you call someone by their name versus "Hey you" or "Excuse me, mister." For example, if I were to talk to Brother Ellis and say, "Excuse me, elder, could you help me with this?" When referring to someone by their title or their designation, it may sound a bit impersonal and very formal. It leads us to this. There are many people that are not aware that God has a name. Let's turn to Psalms 83:18. Psalms 83:18 reads, "May people know that you whose name is Jehovah, you alone are the most high over all the earth." It brings out that he will never abandon those seeking him. We can't have a relationship with God if we do not know his name. If people want to develop a relationship with him, we have to get to know him. The more we come to know Jehovah's qualities, the better we will know what he is like. The more familiar we will become with his wonderful qualities of wisdom, justice, and love. The more our friendship will deepen with him. Jehovah uses his power and his attributes to benefit humans in a personal way. Jehovah is God's unique name. It comes from a Hebrew verb that means to be or to cause to become. And a number of scholars suggest that this name means he causes to become. This can be interpreted as God's ability